Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef. And in this episode, we are going to have an absolutely delicious Cajun chicken biscuit using plant-based meats. Now, why are we doing this? We're doing it, first of all, for the environment. It takes an awful lot less energy, greenhouse gas releases, to make a plant-based meat. So that's the first reason we're doing it. The second reason is the plant-based meats have become pretty delicious. And in many cases, you won't even notice the difference between plant-based and animal-based meats. And the last reason is eating a more plant-based diet is better for us. It doesn't mean you have to give up animal-based meat completely, but even subbing out a little bit at your breakfasts and lunches especially will help the planet. It will help cut back on climate change and global warming. That's a good thing. That's a win for all of us. So come on, let's cook. So here are the ingredients for our Cajun chicken biscuit, plant-based. Now I have this plant-based chicken patty right here. They make quite a few different kinds, so you might want to, kind of test them out and find the one that you like. This one is just the right size for just about every use. The only one that I really subbed it out with was when I made a chicken parmesan and I needed a thicker patty. So give them a try. I also have some home-style biscuit mix, and you can make the biscuits by scratch if you like. I just decided to use a kit to make it a little quicker. It's totally up to you, and just follow the directions on the package on how to make that. And I do actually show you in this video how I made these biscuits, because you have to make them a little bit bigger than it says on the packet so that the plant-based chicken patty will fit on it. I'm also going to top it with some Cajun mayo. That's going to be quite tasty. We're just going to mix some mayo, probably about 2 tablespoons of mayo with some Cajun seasoning, and that'll probably take about a teaspoon or 2. I also have some lettuce and tomato to top this with. So let me show you how to put all this together. And the first thing you want to do is start preheating your oven according to the directions on the back of your biscuit package. My oven's preheating at 400. Here are the first part of the ingredients. That's the biscuit mix itself. And it says just add a half a cup of milk and mix it until it forms a dough. So that's what we do. Just mix it up. And if you have a mixer, it's probably a lot faster. I know some of my viewers don't have mixers, so I'm not going to use my mixer either. Oh wow, that's forming a nice dough. And I don't advocate or endorse any specific brand of anything, including these biscuit mixes. So find the one that works for you. Some people like to make it from scratch. I'm not really big on baking. There's a huge problem I have with baking, and that's that I eat what I bake. That's never a good thing, because I'm also a runner. And if I eat baked goods all the time, there will be no running. So I'm just going to mix this until it has a nice doughy consistency, and then I'll meet you over at the stove. So here's my baking sheet. Spray the surface with some non-stick spray. And the instructions say to make these biscuits, just with a tablespoon at a time. But I'm looking for a very specific size, and I want them to be about the size of the sausage patties, which is going to be about 6 to 7 inches wide. So I want to make sure to make these that wide too. So I'm making them on the large size for this recipe with more than a tablespoon of biscuit mix. Pretty heaping tablespoon. And we'll just give that a nice round shape. Here's another dollop on that one. Get it nice and big. Now these could these could come out the size of birthday cakes. I haven't used this mix before, so let's see what happens. This could be very funny. I think this recipe says makes like 10 to 12, and I'm only making 4 out of it because I want them to be really big. And let's see how they explode. So let me just pat that one down a little bit. Give it a little roundness since we're doing round sandwiches with them. Get that one away from there a little bit. I think these may expand. Okay, so my oven is all preheated. I'm going to slip these in, and they take about 12 minutes, and we can prepare the other ingredients in the meantime. Okay, so I have my oven preheating. I'm following the instructions that came with the plant-based chicken patties, and I'm just going to take a chicken patty, put it right there. Now normally if I'm using the oven, this is another way to save energy, I would be making certainly more than one chicken patty. But we're just doing this for example's sake, and this will go in the oven. I'm going to cook it for half the time required and then flip it so that it becomes crispy all the way around. So I'm going to get that started, and then I will show you how to make the toppings. And while the chicken's cooking, let's just take a little bit of our lettuce, and I'd say about you'll probably use about a 1/4 cup per sandwich of shredded lettuce. I just do this because it keeps the lettuce from falling off the sandwich when I'm eating it. So just give that a little shred and put it in a bowl. You can add onion and some other things to this. I kind of like this with just the basics on it. Onion might overpower the Cajun sauce that we're going to make. And here's our tomato. Just kind of make a thin slice or two per sandwich. Okay. And just set those aside too. And here we are making our Cajun sauce for our sandwich. And you can make as much of this as you like. And just take some of our Cajun seasoning, pour that in there, and give it a stir. I'm just going to give it a little taste. I have another clean spoon. I'm going to add a little bit more, so make this to your taste. That looks good to me. So that's about 2 tablespoons of mayo and about 1.5 teaspoons of the Cajun seasonings. And how you make it's going to depend on the Cajun seasonings that you purchase too. They might be a little stronger or maybe a little milder than this. So do it to your taste. Okay, so let's put the sandwich together. You can see that the chicken biscuit came out to perfection. I just followed what it said on the label. Here is our chicken patty. That too is crispy from going in the oven. Now I do want to note that these plant-based chicken patties also taste pretty good if you just throw it in the microwave. It should be just fine if you don't have time to bake it for almost 20 minutes. So that's totally up to you. And then what we do is we just take some of our sauce, this Cajun sauce, delicious, put it right on the burger. We take our tomato. I'm just going to use 1 piece of tomato on this. And then we take some of that shredded lettuce. Kind of freshens it up a little bit. You can leave this off. You might even just want to use pickles or something like that. It's up to you. Do it to your taste. How do you usually have your breaded chicken sandwiches? And then we just put the top on. Oh boy, is that going to be tasty. So congratulations, look at what you just did. You just made this absolutely delicious plant-based Cajun chicken biscuit sandwich. I mean, you're really going to enjoy this. Now, you've done good by the planet. This will help to cut back on the release of greenhouse gases. It's pretty good for your health, and you also made a delicious sandwich. So please, go to my website, stepbystepchef.com. You will find a printable version of this recipe and well over 225 other delicious recipes. Some involve plant-based meats, some of them involve animal-based meats, some of them involve no meat at all. And you're going to find it all there. All kinds of breakfast, lunches, and dinners that I'm sure you'll enjoy. The other thing you're going to find for each and every one of those recipes is a link to a YouTube video so you can see how I made it. So it's just you and me hanging out, eating Cajun chicken sandwich biscuits. Cajun chicken biscuit sandwiches. There we go. Just us hanging out, eating, having a good day. So please check out my website, and I'll see you in the next episode.